Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Danny, this is Clay and this is Project Fern. Before I start the video today, I'd like to give a shout out to Robbo at Sprayed by Robbo. I'm going to link his YouTube channel down in the description below because he just started it. I'm going to put a clip on in a minute as well, just showing you quickly around his workshop of the kind of stuff he's got in at the moment. Really funny guy. I'd appreciate if you could just nip over there and subscribe. He's going to start putting some pretty mad videos on because everything he does is pretty random, especially with what he does with his own cars. And he's an absolute perfectionist, brilliant at what he does. All the old escorts, Cat S cars, whatever, he does everything. And as soon as he gets into his YouTube channel and his personality starts coming through a little bit more, I'm sure he'll absolutely smash it. So I appreciate if you could go and support my mate by clicking the link, well, the tag down in the bottom for @Sprayed by Robbo, and going subscribing to his channel and waiting for his new videos to come on. So he's got a 3-door Sierra RS Cosworth, got a little mad green Mini there. Squeeze through this gap, tell by that wing there. It's an Impreza Focus RS Mark 1 up there. Some special stuff under these covers. I'll let him introduce that himself. The yellow van in the corner. Back to my video now. The spending I started on the Land Rover Discovery 3, the high mileage. I'll just check the mileage for you so you know exactly what it is. It's 224,284. Doesn't drive like that. It's done that kind of miles at all. I know people are scared of buying these cars because of the costs and stuff like that. I probably will do a cost video in the next one and just run through everything I've spent at the moment. But for the time being, I'm just going to take you around and let you know what I've done on the car since I did my first video on it, where I went through what it took to kind of get it back on the road. I forgot to say in the last video, I've had the near side rear caliper replaced. Jeff said it was sticking a little bit when it was in at his place. So for £40 I thought I'd rather just get a brand new caliper. You don't even have to send the old one back. He fit that while I cleaned it on underneath. I'll put a picture on the screen because I forgot in the last video too to show you underneath when I'd cleaned it all off before I LanoGuarded it. But like I say, I knocked every bit of surface rust off as I could and then LanoGuarded it. I mentioned I had a water leak in this near side front passenger footwell, which is now bone dry. So I saw a video online and basically I've had to take this panel off. All the pictures will be coming on screen now. All the clips need replacing when you do this. You also have to cut a lug off the bottom, a securing lug which keeps it in place. You put a modified bottom clip on it and then you put some duct tape over the hole where the water's getting in. I also replaced the clips on the scuttle panel so it fits perfectly now to the windscreen and stops water coming through. So I've had that this car now into both types of car washes, like a hand car wash, and I've also had it in through one where you drive through and there's no water coming through, so I'm absolutely made up with that now. Still smells a bit musty inside, but I'm going to have to get the seats out and give it a proper clean. So the next job on the list was the car key. It didn't work, the buttons didn't work. Honestly, this dog is mental. Come here! Good boy. You have to literally remove this cap to unlock the passenger door. I had to lock it from the inside using the button each time, which was annoying as well. So usual way to go with these cars is they've got a built-in rechargeable battery which fails. So I ordered that first. I ordered a new key fob. I also ordered, I ordered a new battery and a new key fob. So what you have to do is you have to take the key apart and solder it. I did that and it didn't work. But that's the new key, nice one with the Land Rover on. So I soldered the new battery on, it didn't work. So I ended up having a little bit of a scan on the internet again, which is a wonderful place. And I found out that there was wires that run beneath this trim here. So what I did is I pulled it all back, and about here there is a green and white wire. I'll put a picture again on the screen now. All corroded. It goes into like a connector block, 3 wires that are sealed together, all corroded inside, not working. So I took that trim off, stripped the wires back, put them together, and now we've got a key that locks and unlocks the car. The strange thing is the battery went flat on this car and it stopped working again, and I had to undo them wires and put them back together, which was very strange. Sorry if I'm a bit stuttery today. I'm keeping my eye on this wild beast. I don't even know if you can spot him, but wild dog. So yeah, basically it cost me I think $10.99 for the fob. Got it cut at a local key place. So I've got basically a brand new key now with a brand new battery in, which I don't mind anyway, and I've got my central locking working again, so I'm buzzing with that as well. The next job on the list was randomly one day the heater stopped working. Hello Papa. And yeah, I could hear the noise of the heater, but there was nothing coming out of the vents. Again, a bit of googling, people saying the heat resistor. I bought one of them, and then all of a sudden it just started working again. So I don't know if it was because of the fact that we'd had water into that near side footwell, but yeah, it just started working again, and they've worked ever since. So hopefully with everything drying out down there, everything's working and there's no issues with the wires anymore. So this is the first big cost. I got up one morning and the car was in limp mode. It was running like absolute death. So I tried going up and down the street. I had to park the car up, and then I was just thinking, what could this be? So I got the code scanner on it, and it was saying there was an injector imbalance or irregular something or other, cylinder 3. So I thought I'll just go up and down the road again. Anyway, it started working fine. Next morning, conked out again. So I was thinking, I need to get this fixed. Luckily, we've got an independent Land Rover specialist up the road from where I am, and they would kindly come and collected the car as well. One of the guys who works on service reception lives across the road from me. So when I was booking it in, he's like, "Oh, I know that car. Don't worry, mate. I'll take it in for you," which I thought was brilliant. So they took it in and they rung me up and they were like, "Injector on cylinder 3's goosed." So I'm like, "No worries, just get it fixed." I think it turned into like a £1,200 job. But it's running absolutely mint now. When they was doing the injector, they brought the leak off pipe, which is common apparently. Clay! Sorry, I have to keep shouting this guy over. He's still only a puppy. He's 18-month-old, so he's still learning the rules. So yeah, the leak off pipe had to be replaced as well. I also got the aircon regassed. They brought it back to me, and I got in and nothing was happening. So I put the code reader back on it, and it was saying there was no pressure, there was no voltage to the compressor either. Nothing seemed to be happening. So I thought I'll just do the skanky push test, and there was nothing in it. I rung them up and they said, "Oh, we thought we had two in at the same time, and we think maybe yours was the one with a sticky valve and it's let all the air out, all the gas out." Which, to be honest with you, I think they just forgot to do it, because they would have known straight away if that system were letting gas out that fast. They would have heard it coming out. But it's one of them. I took it back the next day, they gassed it back up. Everything's brilliant. It is ice cold as well, the air conditioning on this. So what I'm going to do with this is, when I do the fuel filter on this car, is I'm going to put a load of injector cleaner through it as well, and hopefully that will clean the rest of them, because I don't want another injector going, because there's another 5 still in this car. So you can imagine what kind of cost that would be if another one goes or another 2 go. Next job we've done on the car is the rear sensors. Now, most Land Rovers I get in, they've all got the same fault where it just bleeps continuously when you put it in reverse and nothing happens. So I took the whole rear bumper off. I'd code readed first, and it was saying that the right inner sensor was the problem. I'd done the click test and I could kind of hear a bit of clicking going down, so I wasn't too sure. So I took the rear bumper off, replaced that sensor, nothing happened. So I was like, right, well, there's a problem here. But at this time, my neighbour from over the road who works at the specialist come out and he went, "Have you checked the wiring?" I checked the wiring, and literally behind this bumper section here where it comes round, the wiring to that sensor over there had chafed through and got corroded. So I put all that back together, and then it worked. But then we're having a fault with this sensor, so I used the new sensor there. But all the sensors work now. It bleeps as it should, and it's really good having a big car like this when you're reversing, to know that you've got the sensors that are going to help you out. But that was another quick cheap fix. I think it was £20 for a sensor, and then probably about 3 or 4 hours of messing around in baking hot heat to get it fixed. But yeah, if you're doing your sensors and stuff like that, just buy one anyway if you think one of them's gone, and then when you have it off, just check the wiring loom. It clips in just behind the light here, but I found mine just as it curls around the corner, it rubbed through this wire which runs to that one. You can see all the wires are different colours, and yeah, it's fixed that, so that's another problem fixed. So that's basically everything I've done on the car so far, but there's a load of jobs still to do on it. The first one is the coolant level issue. So I've bought the new tank, because the sensor's in the bottom of the tank and that's what fails apparently. Obviously new coolant, so it's going to have a coolant change. I've got a full service fit kit for this car as well, and I'm talking like everything, the fuel filter, everything, even the wipers. And what I've done is I've gone with Castrol Edge Professional Land Rover oil. It's got the Land Rover badge on it. It's £100 just for the oil. But I thought if that's what they recommend, with it being a high mileage car, I want to put in the best stuff I can. There was a 20% discount on OP oil at the time, so I got everything, like I say, including wipers, new sump plug, fuel filter, pollen filter, and the good ones with the carbon in, and it was £238. So I've no doubt that kind of service at a Land Rover will be probably between £400 and £600 to have all that work done. And I'm going to do it myself. It'll take me a few hours. It's easy enough to do. The only thing I've not done before on one of these cars is a fuel filter. There's plenty of videos on YouTube on how you do that, so I've no doubt I'll be able to do that. The other thing that's annoying me as well when you've got the wipers on full is you can see where that wiper's resting there, and it's whacking here when it's on full, making a right racket. I think it's actually probably not one of the clips there. So this wiper needs to be taken off and just adjusted back down a little bit. The battery's also started going flat, and I wouldn't say it's going fully flat, it's just you can tell it's struggling to start the car. I've tested the alternator, which is about 13.6 volts, so that seems okay. I've done a cold crank test on it as well. I'll show you all this before I put the battery on, but I'm going to order a brand new battery for it. But when the battery actually goes flat, a few issues appear on this car. So when it's running a bit low, we get the rear parking brake fault, and also it just throws up a few faults. Like I said with the key, when I put the battery on charge, I put it back on and the key stopped working again. I'm thinking, what's gone on here? And I had to literally take them wires apart again. As I said before, something's fell on this car, or it's been broken into and it's smashed. I noticed last one, we've got the glass down there. I don't know if you'll be able to pick it up. There's glass in the dash, here we go. There's glass in the dashboard as well. So I'm gonna have to get like some long nose pliers and get that out, because that's annoying me. Front fog lights need replacing, they're all condensated, and it looks like the aluminium started coming off on the shrouds. So that'll just make it look a bit nicer. Robbo's got a few bits for this car. He's got a colour-coded front bumper, arches, and other few bits. I think he's got xenon headlights, which I'm going to be buying off him and putting on this car, colour-coding everything, making it look nice. So there's still plenty to come. The other thing that I've noticed on this car, and I've pushed it all through the other day, is the rust on the back sills. Now, I tapped away at them, and to be honest with you, I don't know how that went through an MOT, but I've smashed away at them and pushed it all through because it needs doing. It's one of them. Once this trim comes off, we'll find out how bad it is. If it's simple enough, obviously if you watch my other videos, I went on a welding course, and if it is simple enough, I'll have a crack at doing that myself, but I'll just show you the other side as well. It's quite a common area on these cars, and I think it's the same like on the Range Rover Vogue. Is it L322? Nowhere near as bad on this side, but whether you like it or not, there's rust there and it needs sorting, because it's only going to get worse. That's what happens. And if you don't get onto these, out, good boy. Dog just chewing on something. I don't know if you heard it on camera then, cracking away. I think it was a bit of plastic. I've had to take this dog to the vets twice for eating stuff, twice, 2 socks within 4 days, swallowing socks because he don't like people taking things off him. He'd rather swallow them so no one can have them, and it was £700. So I think it's cheaper to have this bloody Land Rover than own this dog, because he's absolutely mental. That's it for today from me and the wild dog. I tell you, I don't think I'll be making a video of him running around again. It's absolute anxiety inducing, that dog. Another update video on the car. Hopefully in the next one I'll get stuck in doing some jobs and show them you. It was just so hot when I was doing the sensors and the other bits. It was just like too much hassle to film it, baking heat, sweating, just have me grunting away making a video. It'd be very uncomfortable to watch, so I didn't bother. Obviously I can film doing the servicing, all the bits and stuff, but there are a million people who've showed you videos already on YouTube, but I don't know if you'd prefer me to still do them so you can see how I do it. Try and get a little bit more detail in there. Let me know in the comments section below, but as always, thanks for watching people, and I'll see you in the next video.